Welcome back to the second part of our video review of the Toshiba Ultra Slim video camcorder. Basically, what we have here is the device, and when you open it, it automatically turns on, which is quite a nice feature. There is a specific on and off button on the inside, but you would be hard pressed to actually use that unless you were perhaps using a tripod and the unit shut down by itself. We'll go over the basic controls and features. First, let's start off at the top. Here's the SD card slot. Okay, it's nice that it has a dust cover, in case it, and also in case it falls out. It also prevents any water from going in. Of course, if you go out in the rain, don't assume that it's going to be protected at all. Next up, we look at the controls at the side. What we have is the video record button. There is a dedicated photo button, a toggle wheel for the telephoto and wide angle view. This also doubles up as a function for increasing or decreasing volume, also as a navigation function, because it is a device that can be pressed in as a button. There is a button here for the setting of the definition, that is the resolution that you're going to shoot at. Also a dedicated button for turning on the LED lamp, a dedicated button for exit or play. Hidden behind another cover is the AV out and USB for charging, and the HDMI slot. Just below that is the little loop for a hand strap, and we've got the screw mount for tripod use. Okay. On this side is the battery holder, okay, battery cover, quite straightforward. One of the things I left out on the top is the landscape, or I should say, scenery mode versus macro mode. It's just a physical switch. The microphone on the side, pickup, and the speaker output. So let's see how that all works. Turn it on. Get your nice Toshiba boot up screen. And we are in the scenery mode, so you can see as I move on, there is a nice indicator light that the unit is on here. If you do any functions, it does change color to say that it has actually taken that command. Right, so let's go down the list of functions again. The video button, so this actually will start the recording function. Okay, so if I press that, you see it changes color to indicate that it has been taken effect, and you'll see the counter recording there. Okay, so it is an autofocus system. One of the things that you will note is that the focusing distance in the landscape format is quite far. The focusing distance is about 12 inches or 30 centimeters if you're the metric type. If I switch this to the macro function, the focusing distance becomes much closer, and in this case probably in the neighborhood of 6 inches, which is half distance of the standard focusing setup. Okay, let's put that back to the landscape function, and we'll go down the list again. Okay, let's just stop the video recording, and if we press the camera button, we should be able to take a picture. Okay, and you hear the audible sound for the picture taking. And if you want to turn on the video light, you can do so by pressing the video light button down here. Okay, and show the video light, or in this case it would be also used for video still pictures. What we can do is get in up close. See if I can do this. close, and not much difference in the lighting, but we can take a photo with the light. Okay, and we can take a photo without the light. Right. Perhaps we can play that back and have a see. Okay, we navigate. It does actually look slightly brighter if we look at the image with and without the video light. So it does work for closer shooting functionality. Okay, so let's just jump out of that. Let's go back to the live view mode. It does have the indicators here. Okay, we'll just go through these. This is the resolution for your picture mode, and your high definition is FH, as in full 1080p, the recording time that's available. So if we press this HD button, we'll actually see the resolution change here. Okay, and of course the recording time also changes. The SD card is in use and the battery indicator at the bottom. Here is the macro versus standard. There's nothing that appears. Alright. The unit does have a zoom functionality, but it is a digital zoom. I don't recommend too much using that function, as your images and your video will become quite pixelated. So that's basically the functionality. We can go through some of the other menu items here within the setup. You can see you can change your resolution mode for shooting your video from QVGA all the way up to 1080p. Stabilization can be enabled. One of the things with stabilization is you cannot turn that on for all resolutions. So let's see what resolutions we can actually effect. Okay. Let's set VGA, and yeah, we can see that you can effect the stabilization function for VGA shooting. Okay, let's go back to 1080p, and we try and change that. You can see it gives me this warning triangle that says that it cannot be enabled. Motion detect will basically start recording when it detects excessive motion. Okay, let's move on through the menus. Let's go back to the top. This is for photo taking. It's got a self timer function and basically on or off. Resolution for pictures, low, standard, and high. Okay, let's move on over to the palette, which controls your video light. It's got some built-in scene modes. So you've got night, skin, backlight, black and white, or a classic look, negative. So I think not many people would actually get in there and play with that. Exposure compensation, that's quite an interesting function. You can up to plus or minus change the exposure. Right, and white balance, you've got an automatic function, daylight function, fluorescent, tungsten, and back to auto there. Auto, okay. Let's go over to the next function, which looks like a configuration. You can turn the shutter sound on and off. There is some information on the display, time setting, TV out, and language function. There's also reset to default. So that's basically it. I hope you've enjoyed this part 2 of the video review. We'll post some pictures and videos as I continue to use this out in the field. Take some fun things and share that with you. Thanks for watching i-digitall. See you on online. Thanks again. Bye.